Twatandika ebisaala twatandikiramu twalina obutunda buno buli loko bwe twayitanga obw'e Masaka Obuganda bwe twalimanga waliwo ke tuyita Naalongo awo kaleeta obutunda bubiri mu kifo kimu kandi badde kaleeterwa akatunda akamu kaleetawo bubiri. Ojja kwesanga waliwo akatunda akalala kati twakaleeta ku market nako bakayita Solope ako nako weekali twakaleese Masaka bakalima ennyo. Tuyina akayero nga tokagraftinzeeko kano ako nako weekali. Ojja kumbuuza lwaki mugraftinga yero ne mugraftingako loko. Nti buno bwatutawanyanga nga bukala wansi. Sitemu yako wansi teyabanga na maanyi bweki mulungi. Twayiya bingi mu kiseera ekyo nga twagala okulima nga tunoonya buwangazi bwa katunda kano wali wansi kubanga wano e Uganda ke basinga okwagala. Actually ne outside countries nako bakagala. Test yako nnungi. Kayina akawoowo, sukaali katwala mutono, kabala.
We are in Teso region in a village known as Olelai, and we meet the brain behind Moringa Uganda General Supplies Limited, a man that is picking everything and anything from the moringa tree and making good of it.
I have over 10 acres of these moringa trees. It has been discovered that this tree is the most richest botanical ever discovered on the planet. It has everything that you need. Moringa has 92 nutrients. Moringa has 46 antioxidants. Moringa has 36 anti-inflammatories. Moringa has all the amino acids you need, the 18, including the 9 essential amino acids.
We meet Mr. Mulumba. It is nice to have you on the show. And we would love for you to tell us your story, the inspiration behind this. The moringa tree at some point was something people understood, but today it's not so common. So what's your story behind moving with this enterprise?
This tree actually was started by government. I think in the late 2000, the government of Uganda promoted the growing of moringa together with vanilla. And the people were inspired. There were programs on radios, and they were encouraging people to grow moringa and vanilla. And they were telling us the prices were very good, and all farmers in the whole country, in Uganda, decided to put their effort to grow moringa and vanilla as a cash crop. But from nowhere, when they harvested the tree, problems started coming. There was no market for this tree, and that became a serious challenge. And then also, I think people who had started the program did not package it well. So after that, the tree was cut down. But particularly, what inspired me about this tree, some time back in 1987, while there was a war in Teso, I met somebody in Busoga who told me that, young man, you see this tree, that this tree, when you have it at home, you have a doctor, you have a nurse, you have food, and you have money. So I thought it was a joke. But some time back, I was in the office. After having lunch, I got a serious stomach ache. This stomach ache disturbed me seriously. I thought the food which I had eaten, it had poison in it. But as I was moving towards the administration block, I saw a moringa tree with a dry pod. When I picked the dry pod, I reflected on the other moment when somebody told me how this tree could be able to treat any disease. It was good food. It is a source of a doctor. So now I picked a pod of moringa and got 3 seeds, dry seeds. I chewed them, went to a water dispenser, and got a glass of water. When I swallowed the glass of water, the stomach which was paining me calmed down. It was just like a magic. In the modern Uganda, somebody would have said, gave me a painkiller. But this time round, moringa worked like a powerful painkiller. So eventually, the pain disappeared. When the pain disappeared, I sat down and reflected on that moment for about 15-20 minutes. I did not tell anybody, but since I'm a person who knows computer, I just ran back to office and I started Googling. When I Googled, I first started asking a question, what is moringa? I got the answer. Then I asked, what are the benefits of moringa? I got the answers. Actually, it showed that moringa can treat and prevent over 300 diseases. And then another question was, how do you grow moringa? So that became a way of genesis in my investigation and research about this tree. Now, since that time, I had an old woman who had high blood pressure, who had ulcers, and she had arthritis. I even didn't know what to do, but what was in my mind, that I will hit a goal, a golden source of treatment for my old woman. Because every now and then we were in and out of hospital. So that day, I started mobilizing people within the office, some young men, to get for me the leaves, to get for me the root. Because the research I got is that the whole tree is medicinal in nature. It has benefits, nothing you can throw away. So I wanted to explore which part of the tree was the best for managing the troubles that my mother had. And then besides that, I also have a daughter who is a sickler. And I've always been in and out of hospitals with her. But one time when I researched, they told me, the research gave me very good information that moringa has anti-sickling properties. And the research holds it that moringa is 25 times iron of spinach. And the iron has a very big role to play. Okay? Has a very big role to play because it increases energy. And we know all that when you have chronic diseases, the first thing it does is to reduce your energy level. But also iron is very important because it increases the hemoglobin level. Actually, it increases the production of red blood cells. And anything that increases the red blood cells in our system increases red blood count. And when your red blood count increases, it means if you have sickle cell it is going to do the correcting. You know, sickle, it means something like a sickle, the one they use for cutting grass. And yet our normal cells are supposed to be off, such that when the blood starts moving in the stream, it moves smoothly. So when you get something which is a sickle, it means that it's blocking the movement of blood. Now, what Moringa does is to correct, repairs those cells such that they become whole and smooth, and will allow the normal flow of the blood in the blood vessel. So really, I've seen that this one has performed a miracle. My girl now is in UCC. She's over 20 years. And even if she gets attacks, she no longer goes for blood transfusion. Sometimes the main problem she gets is bacteria infection. But the blood level is very good. If you look at her, unfortunately she's not here, she looks smooth. And the attacks of other diseases like malaria are not there. So with such testimonies happening, I found out that I think I still have people out there who are suffering. And of course, I was telling you about my old woman. One time, she was admitted in Soroti Referral Hospital. Actually, they said, the doctors came in a road round, and they said, the bones are in a sorry state. And indeed, we brought her back home, almost in a wheelchair. But after I started using Moringa powder and Moringa oil, we managed to apply the oil in the affected areas topically. And then she could continue taking powder. This old woman started crawling. After crawling, she started moving on the wall. After moving on the wall, she got her stick. After the stick, she went back to her home. Somehow, she managed to die after 5 years. But she had to walk. So now, with such testimonies, actually, it's like I was looking at a film. I was not imagining that it was me.
It's real.
Who is doing something for my old woman. My background is procurement in terms of studies, but I was seeing myself performing a very serious role of a medical doctor. So such things put me in the moods, in the interest to invest in a tree that the government tried to put across for the whole population in Uganda. It failed, but I've now insisted that I need to grow this tree, and I believe it will treat and prevent over 300 diseases. I have over 10 acres of these Moringa trees, and I believe with time I will be a base for research. But it has been discovered that this tree is the most richest botanical ever discovered on the planet. It has everything that you need. What is important is you find where to put it. If you feel that you have made a Moringa tea and it's not suitable for you, you get 1 teaspoon, put it in water, a teacup, get some lemon, make the concoction. When you have made that concoction, get a sieve. Sieve it And you get the honey, also 1 teaspoon, to taste the tea. And you'll be there good to go. If you feel that you don't want to get any smell of the moringa tree, do one thing. And here you will capture every member in your family. Make a juice or a smoothie. Get an avocado. Get a passion fruit. Get your pineapple. Any other thing which you can think, or bogoya. Mix it together. Put enough teaspoons or tablespoons. Everybody who has not been taking tea, juice, that day will want to take 2 glasses. Because there you don't see anything.
Yeah, and you don't smell anything.
Yes. But what I want to assure the viewers is that Moringa is the best food. Moringa has 92 nutrients. Moringa has 46 antioxidants. Moringa has 36 anti-inflammatories. Moringa has all the amino acids you need, the 18, including the 9 essential amino acids. These ones, you don't get them anywhere in the body, but they come from the foods that we eat. If you are looking for calcium, Moringa is very rich. It is 17 times calcium of milk. It is 10 times vitamin A of carrots. And it is 27% protein. When you are looking for iron, it is 25 times iron of spinach. If you are looking for bananas, Moringa is 15 times potassium, which we get from the bananas. So, it is very rich in fibers. Fibers are very key in our digestive health.
Yes.
So, the most important thing is that Moringa is very rich in vitamin B complexes. You have B1, B2, B3, B7, B12, all those ones.
So it would be good for pregnant and expecting mother.
Well, with expectant mother, you need to take Moringa in moderate form, and it's best to put it in juices. You have realized that most of the pregnant mothers suffer from swollen legs. What you have to understand is that she needs consumption of iron because she's 2 in 1. She will be carrying the baby. She will be carrying the what? Herself. So whatever food the mother eats, the baby takes. But the critical aspect here for pregnant mother is the iron. And the iron is very, very, very key. Yeah. If you see, actually most of the pregnant mothers, they suffer from deficiencies of nutrients that are very key. And you'll find that their legs get inflamed.
Yeah.
And always you see mothers who are pregnant are very tired, whether in a hospital, whether at home. But at the same time, they are the ones who carry the burden of doing all the domestic works. Okay? So it is good for pregnant mothers, but strictly it must be Moringa powder.
Yeah.
If you want to use oil for pregnant mothers, it must be topical. Okay? Use. If you have stretch marks, the small stomach will start growing bigger and bigger. So the best you can do now, around that time, you apply the oil around the stomach, such it reduces all the stretch marks.
Yeah.
Also, those inflammation
and the
joints, because those are the areas that affect. That get trouble. Also, the oil is very good. Actually, Moringa is very good at treating problems to do with sleep. What medically is called insomnia.
You came from a small scale, it was first taking care of family. Then you realized there are people out there that need this plant, so you started to go it a little bit more. And now we are on over 10 acres
Yes.
of this. But it can't have been a smooth journey, if I'm to say.
Actually, it has been a serious sacrifice. 3/4 of the funding has been from the banks. Sometimes they start rounding you up. You finish 2 weeks, you are using science to communicate to them. And then also, the products I produce, they are not easy. They are not just consumed.
Yeah.
This moringa you see here, we produce it organically. When we talk about organic farming, it starts from the soil. It starts from identifying the source of the seeds and ensuring that you don't buy any chemical. You must make sure that even the gardens surrounding the moringa trees, there should be no chemical use. But the biggest problem has been the market. And these products must pass through standards. Actually, like now we're talking, I'm in the process of satisfying these products through UNBS. But it's a process.
Yeah.
2 is that it is very difficult to get organic fertilizers. In most cases, I use cow dung. But fortunate enough, the cake which comes out of a moringa plant, it is a fertilizer by itself. And everything that remains, like if you see this, as it dries off, when we cut this, all this stem you see is full of minerals. When we leave, I think you can see, we cut them and leave. Not like other farmers that they are supposed to cut them and drop them anywhere.
And burn.
So what happens is that they also help us to enrich the soil. The other one is people in Uganda, we need to train them, which is a very expensive program. So this is a serious challenge. And then the perception people have, they think that for you to get anything that is going to cure you, you must get a pharmaceutical drug.
Yeah.
But not knowing that, by the way, medication starts with the food we eat.
Yeah.
But fortunately enough, again, this tree is the most richest botanical ever discovered on earth, like I was saying. So it has everything. So medication starts with the best nutrition one gets in his life. But people have not understood. You can even tell somebody that you take this moringa, it's of 5,000, but it's going to help you to give you energy. It will boost your immunity. It has everything. Women have trouble with their menstruation cramps, painful ones. But you take that product, it relieves you from that. You have had, women normally have a lot of bleeding, those flashes during end of month periods. But this is a magic.
Yeah.
But we have to convince somebody. Some people say moringa smells, but moringa is a food. You can sprinkle it with other foods. And then when also, moringa is not a magical pill.
Yeah.
You are not going to use it now and expect magic. Because it has 2 roles it plays, almost 3. It is a food. The other one is a medicine. And it's also a detoxant.
Yeah.
So you should expect that it is going to ensure that it removes elimination method. Simultaneous question, mathematicians. For it, when you put it in the stomach, you don't get surprised even if you have been thinking that you are actually very healthy. In most cases, it takes you to the toilet very quickly. If you have not had diarrhea, you will run there. If sometimes to give you to susu several times.
Which is a good thing. Toxins are getting out.
Yes. So, and you are doing it naturally. And if it gives you diarrhea, don't pick any therapeutic drug from any pharmacy. It does it by itself. It will give you to run. Then later on, it will stop. But because you can use it even for stopping diarrhea. But in this case, if it has identified elimination,
and you need to do it.
You leave it to do its work. Okay?
Well, that's good. Now, personally, I am sold, and I would like to get moringa. It would be nice to start with it in my compound. Where can I obtain the seedlings for moringa?
The seeds of moringa, actually, all over the country. If you find anybody who ever grew moringa, because moringa is called never die, when you cut it, you may think it has gone.
It comes back.
Immediately it rains, it sprouts afresh. There are so many people all over Uganda who have moringa trees, even in their compounds, but they don't know
that it's the moringa tree.
the health benefits that are in the tree. So you can get any tree. Just actually you get about 3 pods, but also since I extract oil from seeds, then you can get seeds from me.
From you.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is utterly impressive, and I cannot wait to see so much more on this farm. We are going to take a walk, of course, not all the 10 acres, but hey, we got to see something to believe something. We're Ugandan after all. Stick around.
We cut off these trees because we are purely, all this one, were preparing them for leaves.
Yeah.
Actually, majority of the seeds, I get them from other places. Western Uganda, sometimes I get from DRC. But when you want the leaves, it means you must cut, and it allows
this just to come.
Yes. What happens is that when you cut off the first branches, it allows to sprout. Now you can see when you cut off this, it has brought this, it has brought this, it has brought, such that it produces a very good canopy. Okay?
Yeah.
Yes. Which in other words, you can cut one tree. Actually, if you continue cutting it like this during rain season, it becomes too big.
Yeah.
And it brings a number of leaves. But also, why these leaves shed off? Around this period of time, when there's a lot of sunshine, you expect the moringa leaves to shed off the leaves. And then also, we have a small caterpillar which tends to eat off the leaves.
But how do you mitigate that?
What the way to mitigate would be still to use, you get some moringa leaves together with the neem tree leaves. You make a concoction, and then you spray.
But I still
but now the only problem we have now, even if we tried to sustain this, it will not work because it is a dry season where you expect this tree to shed. And the only way to rescue it would be to do irrigation. Okay? Would be to do irrigation. Because that small caterpillar which eats them, when there is rain, it will not survive with it. It just dies.
It just dies. So you really need the water.
You need the water.
And an irrigation scheme is not very easy.
But of course, during dry season like this, I would have harvested enough. And like I told you, the Moringa takes 24 months. So right now I have powder, which can be able to take me
until the next rain season.
Until the rain season.
Okay. So all this is on break. I mean, it's the dry season. As soon as the rain season starts, there's not much you have to do. It automatically takes care of itself.
Well, what I can assure you is that this Moringa tree, according to research, it can go, the root can go even up to 100 meters deep. So it is not a very big worry that it is a dry season. The taproot still has its water.
Yeah.
And it will be able to survive in this bad season. Immediately the rains come, it tries even to survive.
Yeah.
You can take an example like that one. We cut its leaves.
Oh.
We cut its stem. But because of the power of the root,
Can still see it.
because it is still making some food, that's why it's able to generate fresh what?
Yes.
Leaves. Now, if there was by accident some water to come over, you will see it sprout, and it becomes another magnificent moringa with a good canopy.
Yeah.
Okay?
If I may ask, even during the dry season, can you harvest the bark?
No, the bark, most of the time, you saw this one you're holding. This bark here, you get a gum. If you wanted, we normally don't pick the bark. You can continue tapping it from here, and then it will be able to give you this gum.
Oh, it comes out.
Yes, that gum is very good for treating asthmatics. Okay? You dry this one properly, crush it, and get the powder out of this gum.
Yeah.
And it's very good for treating people who are asthmatic. So it has also a purpose. And in other industries, actually there are so many things that are coming up. When we reach the factory, we shall be talking about what can oil do, what can flour do.
What can the powder
okay?
do? Yeah.
For example, we don't have a flour here, but flour can be eaten like a mushroom.
Oh.
The best, like now, there are almost no mushrooms. If you get flowers of a moringa, I can see it is the other side.
Yeah.
Take, for example, this one.
A white flower.
This flower of a moringa, you can get this flower, and you get the leaves. When you get this flower, you get it and wash it properly, boil it, first round of water you pour it away, and then you fry it like you're frying any other thing, and it will be able to give you mushroom of first class. But also for men who have issues, those are very serious problems. You get this and give the man, and you will restore his power or his manhood. And also it's also very good for treating fevers, malaria, okay, stomach disorders, okay. But don't give this one to women when they are pregnant, okay. But it is a very good mushroom. Actually, I know this tree in and out.
Oh, okay. I would love to see, because you mentioned an irrigation system. It would be amazing to see this system and how, you know, it's helping, it's contributing to your venture and its success.
It's okay. We shall look at it.
Wonderful. Well, as you know, in farming, water is a very important aspect. And of course, Mr. Mulumba understands that. Now, Sovoti is, everybody knows it, if it's dry, and it's quite terrible. So he has considered a pumping system. If you look right over there, and it's solar powered, so Umeme has nothing on him.
Otherwise, initially, before I put up the tank,
Yeah.
I used to believe this. Every day people could carry the pipes, and it was very tiresome.
Of course.
Now at least work is easy.
What's the tank capacity? And are you thinking of increasing?
This is 10,000, but the machine can pump 25,000 liters per day.
Oh,
Yes.
impressive.
Those are hydrators. When the water goes to the tank and gets filled up, you turn it on, and then it will come back to the hydrators, so that the boys will be able to continue spraying all these plots of the moringa. I mean the onions. Okay. We have decided to put onions in these areas, and then some moringa that side, and then the other areas, such that during dry season like this, we can, I believe most farmers now cannot be able to plant onions. So around March, April there, we could be able to get some good harvest. Okay, and then also
While others are trying to
and also to help these people not to be idle. These are the products now.
What more should people consider? Because someone will worry about how much land they have, the spacing while they plant. All these details are key for someone that would aspire.
If you want moringa I know land is not enough in Uganda, but what you can do, you can plant moringa at the boundaries. You can plant moringa as shades in your home.
Yeah.
Okay? Some people even plant it around the kraals. By the way, it is good for cows. It's good for goats. It's good for chicken. Generally, moringa is good for animal husbandry. There is nothing it cannot do. But when you talk about spacing, actually you can see, this is one moringa, this is another one. Okay? The space, you can plant it the way you are planting maize. But you ensure that if you want to plant it in that style, you soak it 24 hours before you plant it, and it must be during rain season. After about 10 days, it will start opening up, but you don't pour a lot of soil on it. But that's when you are using seeds.
Yes.
But you can also get a stem like this, the bigger one, cut it, and then you start planting. The way people plant sugarcane or cassava.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to get only that the roots which come from moringa that you have got from stems, they don't become stronger. Sometimes they get challenges when winds come.
Yeah.
Okay? But that's the spacing. But also, because of trouble with the land in Uganda, you can also pick moringa, intercrop it.
Yeah.
You can see here we are having oranges
yeah.
in moringa. But you must strongly accept to remain on the principle of organic growing.
So say you're intercropping and you're spraying the oranges. Then that affect the moringa?
What happens, I don't spray my oranges. Moringa, actually, as you continue growing it intervenes by protecting these trees against other diseases.
Yeah.
But I have a formula of mixing the moringa leaves with the neem tree, such that we use that one for spraying. And it will only not kill the diseases, but it's a plant enhancer.
That works as a pesticide, as a fertilizer?
As a plant enhancer.
Oh, that's nice.
So those are the things it can do. So actually here, I started by planting oranges first.
Yeah.
When I saw the oranges were not doing well, now I said, I think I have my tree, my miracle tree. I said, let me start what? Doing intercropping. And there you will see magic.
And the oranges came up.
And the oranges are coming up. But unfortunately, some people, when they do intercropping, they still go and pick chemicals.
And spray.
And then it starts
Moving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was beginning this business, I first preferred to get how to grow a scheme. Unfortunately, they could deceive me that they have grown the moringa organically. When the products go for analysis, you would find that there are traces of chemicals inside. So now I developed an idea to grow moringa in my own gardens. I started now even buying land, such that the element of traceability can be maintained. Actually, the most complicated is the leaves.
Yes.
Because it starts from the soil, how it's grown, how you are drying, how you are going to wash, all those. So you mess at a certain stage, you get a backlash.
Yeah.
And that becomes terrible. So you can do intercropping, but make sure no use of chemicals.
Yeah. "10 acres of the plant." They are making powder out of leaves. They're making oil out of the seeds. You don't want to miss this episode of NTV Seeds of Gold. See you next Saturday at 8 p.m. only on NTV.